is Missy. I'm a little excited about this reading today because I've wanted to get this particular deck here for a while. It's the Mystic Martian Oracle. So what we're going to do is a pick a card reading. We're going to look at your starseed origins. I want to look at what are your starseed origins, and more specifically beyond that, because I've always been very interested in starseeds. I have to admit I don't know a whole lot about them, which is the reason that I wanted this particular deck. But beyond that, you know, what are the crystals that are best suited for each starseed, right? So I want to ask that question today, which is why we have these two decks here. But more importantly, the reason that I'm doing this introduction is because of this particular deck. I just want to warn you before we get into the reading that this deck here is going to be a little bit explicit. It is called, as you can see, I'm not going to say what the title is. It's nicely bleeped out for me right there on the cover of the book. So as you can tell from the title, you know, it's not going to be for the faint of heart, which is exactly what it says on the back of the deck. But it's an awesome deck. Just give it a chance. If you're okay with some explicit content, give it a chance. So this is the box for that particular deck here, and what it says, in case it's not abundantly obvious, this deck is not for the faint of heart. If you clutch your pearls at the sight of aliens wielding phallic probes, this may not be the deck for you. However, if you possess a cosmic one capable of abducting farmers from their land and love all things ray gun and UFO, this deck will help you embrace your power and delve into your own psyche. So we're going to do a reading today looking at the starseed archetypes from this deck. And I want to ask, you know, not just what the starseed archetype is, and we're going to read from the book to see, it has some explanations in there. But I also kind of want to ask, what are you supposed to do with that? As well as, what are the crystals that are best suited for you? And we're going to do it in a pick a card format for each sign. So you'll see this introduction multiple times if you're watching for your sun, moon, and rising, or if you're cross-watching for other signs. Yeah, I think I've said everything that I need to say, other than these readings are meant to be timeless and general in nature. So if the details for this reading fit for your personality, right, because your personality or your situation, because that's really what you're looking at here with these archetypes. So like I say, I wanted to explain that I am not an expert on starseeds. That's the reason that I bought this book. I'm learning about it with you watching this video, or maybe you know more than I do about it. Maybe I'm learning about it and just sharing what I'm learning here with you. But I thought we could explore it together. So you know, just take what comes from this reading only if it resonates for you. If it doesn't resonate for you, don't try to push it. Don't try to force it. You'll do more harm than good. And obviously, I'm not a doctor, lawyer, or accountant. So if you have questions concerning that kind of stuff, you really need to see a professional. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Before we get completely into the reading, I want to go ahead and read what it says about starseeds here in the book. Let's see. Okay, so it says, starseeds prior to this or other Earth incarnations have experienced life elsewhere in cosmos other than Earth. Some starseeds have recall activated in their DNA due to Earth's limited recall access biosphere from ancient historical collective trauma. Others have no actual memories at all. All starseeds have an inkling, sensing, or knowing that this incarnation at some point originated and belongs to something somewhere far bigger. Many starseeds have an inner awareness level of consciousness development outside of the predictable mainstream narratives. Starseeds are typically spiritual in nature and have healing energies. Some are very new souls on Earth, while others are very old souls that have experienced many contracted incarnations on Earth to evolve and pass on ancient esoteric wisdoms. The newer souls will be continuing the older souls' work. Different starseeds will naturally resonate towards different aliens and galactic alliances. It is not uncommon for awakening starseeds to have dreams, memories of traveling ET crafts, or experiences of UFO encounters. Starseeds are here now to assist in the transitioning and activation of the collective consciousness on Earth. So, based on what it says there, I'm taking this to mean that, you know, you can belong to one particular starseed family but have interactions from many others. Hello, Aquarius. So let's go ahead and get your piles ready for you to choose. I want to apologize for taking so long to get these last few readings posted in this Starseed series. I got behind and I had to take a couple of days off from filming this so that I could catch up on other things. But I'm back. Hopefully I can finish these today. Try to get them posted. One more shuffle and then we'll get our groups ready. We have the song Unstoppable by The Score. We have the song, hold on, Fake It by Seether. Oh. All right. Okay, group 1, group 2, group 3. I'll give you a minute to decide. Okay. Hello, group 1. We are going to get your charms at the end of the reading, so we can put that off to the side for now. Okay, so you have the Agarthans, the leaders, which does not surprise me given that you were talking to Aquarius. Ooh, with rhodochrosite and apatite. A very interesting combination, but I like it, especially the apatite. I feel like especially with the appetite, this is talking about like clairvoyant abilities. But beyond that, with the rhodochrosite, it's talking about building them, or like trusting in them, trusting in your clairvoyant abilities. Like maybe you already do, I don't know. We're going to find out with the tarot cards and stuff. But I just kind of feel like maybe, I don't know. Hold on, let's read what it says. So it says, the Agarthans, or Telosian ancestors, were initially Atlantean and Lemurian refugee survivors from the Atlantis destruction. Agarthan are now a highly advanced, multidimensional, and sophisticated civilization that resides inside the pristine core of Hollow Earth. We have the song Make Believe by Memphis Mayfire. Telos is one of the divine citadels of the Agarthans, located beneath Mount Shasta, where they live a fruitful, serene, and abundant lifestyle, far superior to surface dwellers. They typically stand anywhere up to 12 feet in height. Inner Earth's flora, fauna, and vegetation is of the finest and purest nutritional quality found anywhere. They live up to 800 years or more, and typically the very oldest do not appear older than 40 years of age in the flesh. The citadels are crystalline and magical to the eye, while being totally free from any toxins whatsoever. Agarthans mostly avoid traveling to surface Earth due to the energetic harshness and toxins, though they do visit when need be. Agarthans are looking forward to the human collective ascension of consciousness, which it cosmically also affects all ETs according to their developmental level. They will then be participating in the cleaning up and healing of human surface dwellers. In alliance with other benevolent ETs, the Agarthans are gatekeepers of the halls of Amenti, the ancient self-regulating cosmic portals or stargates that cannot be entered until initiates of all species have ascended consciousness or Christos in their energy field. The card meaning is multidimensional perception, attunement, synchronicities, manifesting, imagination, ascended consciousness, healthy lifestyle, nutrition, abundance, core issues, crystal energies, strong ethereal light body, attuned to emotional body or the astral, living your truth, and in the reversed, it's illness and poor health, focusing too much on surface symptoms and not enough on core reasons, surface understanding, weak ethereal light body, dancing around issues, poor mental and intellectual nutrition, bad advice, and disconnected from the emotional or astral body. I have to be really honest, when it was saying something about health, physical health, like veganism or vegetarian came through, like really strongly. I felt that it was talking like, when it's talking about health and well-being, like maybe you're very interested in your health and well-being in terms of your diet. We have the song Down with a Ship by Kaylee Moore. I just want to see if there are any other crystals that you can work with, because not everyone has or wants to work with rhodochrosite or apatite. And it doesn't have to be blue apatite, but I feel very strongly that based on the colors that match here, that blue apatite would definitely be a good crystal for you. Also, as I'm saying that, I just realized apatite, right? We're talking about diet or veganism, like apatite. Maybe there's something about making healthy food palatable. Also, maybe this is something that you do in the background and you should promote yourself. maybe you already do promote yourself. There's something about maybe you have children, or your children or something, or like there's something about children helping you. Maybe you teach children about healthier living in terms of like teaching them how to cook vegan or vegetarian food. Look at, as I say that, we've got fluorite on the bottom of the deck, and I always see this as my student stone, right? So maybe that's something where, you know, cooking. And look at jade dream work. I do feel like the jade needs to come out because it matches so well with her pants. And we're going to actually put this over here. I'm not sure if we're going to build out the rest of this yet. It kind of feels like I want to, but we'll see. This jade dream work, the way that it's corresponding to these fruits here, these look like limes. So maybe this is like part of your dream is to teach a healthier lifestyle to the next generations. Like it's something that you're very, very passionate about as well with the crocite. Building, and ooh, look at the pretty colors, and they all correspond to the fluorite. All of these are together: fluorite, silver, charoite, lepidolite, all together. They should be used together. It rounds out the picture. So lepidolite, conscious feeling; charoite, individualization; and silver is the lunar path. Interesting that individualization comes out underneath foresight. So this is your personal vision. Like you've had this vision, right? You have to allow your passion to take you, is what it's saying with that crocite and this conscious feeling coming out underneath the rhodochrosite. Like allow your passion to fuel you. Interesting, we have this song, Sick, Adelita's Way, as we're talking about health and well-being. Maybe you have health issues, and that's the reason that you decided that veganism was for you, and that's something that you are going to teach others about, like preventing certain health issues or healing certain health issues through diet and possibly even exercise, but I don't know if exercise so far is coming through yet. Let's get some tarot cards just to see. I feel like this has been a dream or a vision that you've had for a while, though. You just have to like promote yourself or allow the passion to take you. Also with this mental mastery and the lunar path coming through with this silver, and then this dream work as well. You're going to want to journal. As soon as you wake up in the morning, I think you're waking up and you're either remembering your whole dreams, you're remembering specific messages from your dreams. You could even be dreaming recipes or dreaming procedures or ways to do what it is that you do. And they want you to like write it down so that you can study it later, especially if it's like a recipe. Don't wake up thinking, oh, I'm going to remember that, or oh, that wouldn't work, or oh, how weird, or how silly, or whatever. Like write it down, write it down. Essential oils. With the fluorite, I'm feeling essential oils very strong. You're going to want to research, study, learn your oils and their uses. If this is not anything with herbs or spices, like with this, what I'm feeling with the essential oils, it's definitely essential oils they want you to learn. Maybe even you already use them in some way. Not synthetic oils either, all natural essential oils. try to make sure that you get those or use those that have been responsibly sourced. Please, pretty please, but I think you probably already do that if, you know, with the Agarthan energy coming through and we're talking about health and well-being. I don't think that you would, you know, have that leadership quality and energy coming through if you were going to go out and, you know, source your materials from a company that uses unfair practices. We have the song. Hold on. Hi, it's me, Ashniko. So we've got Temperance on the bottom of the deck. Again, healing and balance. Let's look at the ones that came out in the upright. The Nine of Swords with the Knave, or the Knight of Swords. It's interesting that we have a dog begging here and we've got a person begging in the Nine of Swords, and yet this Knave of Swords is oblivious. And he has support from someone. She's got his back. She's propping him up with her hand. She's you know, she's supporting him. She's got her hand on his back, giving him support. So there's something about asking for help and it's being denied or being ignored unfairly is what it feels like. It's like almost like begging like a dog, right? That's kind of what's coming through here. Like I'm begging like a dog, and yet they're oblivious. And then now we have the Four of Wands with the World. Like you go from all of this over here, like, and it's funny how this corresponds to this song too. So you'll want to Google the song, the lyrics. But look at how, especially the World card, that card, it just looks so happy to me, or peaceful, I should say. They look very comfortable here in the Four of Wands. Although he's kind of looking off in the distance, but the Four of Wands is a celebration, it's a party, so that means there's something to celebrate, and it's usually the successful conclusion or ending to a particular situation. Probably whatever this situation was over here that you were begging for help for, like, please, can you please just help me? And it's like just going unnoticed. And I think that, like, actually, now that I'm looking a little bit more closely at the cards, look at the woman that's on his lap. She's the same woman that's here, and this is the same man here. I think this situation is over. And that's what balances things for you. So I'm not surprised that this is a little bit of a different message, because it is pretty clear that health and well-being are coming through, more than likely some sort of food or diet kind of thing coming through with the other cards for the Starseed family. This is about a relationship, though, where, like, literally there are three people here. One person is saying, can you please help me with something, right? Something that is causing something unhealthy, that's causing illness, and they're being ignored, but that situation is literally coming to an end, because look at, it's like he's oblivious to you, but look at, he's oblivious to her as well. He's staring off, like not looking at the dog, I should say, because the dog is begging right here. He's not even looking down at the dog. He's not looking at her, but over here she's looking up at him, and he's looking off in the distance. So he's not. So if this is a situation where, you know, somebody, like you were trying to get somebody's attention and they completely ignored you in order to pay attention to somebody else. Trust me, they're doing that to the other person as well. It's almost like this person here is emotionless, like a robot. We have the song Wicked Game, Stone Sour. Let's get some clarifiers from our questionable deck. Uh-oh, hold on, I gotta fix it. What did I do? That means we're probably gonna end up with reversals because I don't normally read them that way, but I just jacked up my deck somehow. I got it mixed up somehow. Okay. I just realized there's this person right here. I don't know if you can see that. And it looks like, well, they're showing it to me like an hourglass. Literally, it's saying it's just a matter of time before it's over. So take that however it resonates to your situation. But she's holding up the world. This woman coming out of the volcano right there, she's holding up the world. There it is. Or I should say, she's holding up something to catch the tears of the world. Interesting. Oh, interesting. She's catching the world's tears. She's catching the world's tears. Very interesting. There's something about water and gardening here with that. Because look at these volcanoes. It's just sand. It looks very dry. And then here she's catching the world's tears, and we are going through a drought right now. And maybe that's part of what you're meant to do with this energy. This health and well-being energy is also has to do with like growing the crops that are being eaten and used, right? It could also be begging people to be more conscious, like ecologically conscious, and they're just ignoring you, right? Like you're trying really hard to get them to do better with the 6 of ray guns, but they're just ignoring you. And we have this, hold on, let me get the cards real quick. Yeah, look at Temperance just came out again with the 6 of Wands, which is recognition. You might be even like recognized, especially because this Temperance looks like they're doing, they're in a lab. So maybe if you learn how to, like, you've been experimenting on growing practices or experimenting with different recipes or something like that, right? Experimenting with different essential oils, like mixtures and recipes, different scents, things like that. Like, I think you're going to get recognition over it. And I think it's going to be very quick, like maybe... Because the Knight of Ray Guns is like the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is, he rushes in to say something, to give information. It's like he's pointing the ray gun at her, and she just won some sort of prize because she's got this sash across her chest. So she's being recognized and crowned for her achievements, probably with whatever creation that she's come up with in this recipe or this lab, right? It's like someone saying, you win, something. But it's after like a long, hard battle, and you're damaged and bruised. There was a lot of lessons to be learned from the experience because it was very painful and difficult or something. And there's a lot of options as well that come from the lessons that were learned, from the wisdom that's gained. Like you get a lot of, there's a lot of options attached to it. Did I already say this song, Help by Papa Roach? So let's move on to the charms to see what you need to be aware of over the next month regarding this energy. So we have the malachite with the letter R in the center. Malachite is about healing, heart healing. So something emotional that's attached to the letter R. That's a person, place, or thing. Could even be like a partnership, like maybe you're attracting a partnership. That could be a marriage or business partnership. Also, you're attracting, it could be that you're attracting an enemy with this house. But also there's grounding, like the healing will bring grounding in this partnership. You're attracting good things. You're attracting R to this partnership or something. It could be because of like you're expressing yourself with Mercury coming through. Your second house. So either you are asking for what it is that you need, and that's why you're attracting this partnership or this support coming through the 7th house. In fact, I really feel like you are asking, or you're speaking up, definitely, because you have the Amazonite and Mercury coming through, but we'll get to Amazonite in just a second. So Mercury is all about the word, the communication, the words that you say, the information that's conveyed, and it's coming in your money house, but this is also the house of like your own personal values. So maybe you're having to either have a conversation about money, or you're having to speak up about what you value. And that's coming through again with this the Amazonite coming through in the 8th and 9th houses. So the 8th house is joint resources. So it's a money house again. So this can be like investments and money that you share with other people, right? Or expenses as well that you share with other people. But also your higher self, right? And your education is found in the 9th house, which is, you know, Mercury is the opposite. Mercury is found in the opposite, which is the 3rd house. But Mercury is a neutral. It's neutral because it's about education, educating yourself or studying something. The communication, the information that comes in. Information is always neutral. You know, it's how you react to it that makes it good or bad or whatever. It's just information. So it's about what you're saying, right? That is bringing the support in or attracting the support to you. It has to do with your personal values. You may need to clarify that to protect yourself, as well as do a little bit more studying, because you have the terminated quartz. That's coming out at least a year or more in terms of timing. This energy right here, this need to clarify like what it is that you stand for in order to protect yourself. But you've got the surprise cup, my little ice cream or sundae cup. She's got a very happy little smile on her face, right? It was upside down. I think I think you would be surprised how loved you are, is what this is telling me, like the way that it's coming out over this house. Especially if it has to do with like the work that you do, or your career, or your purpose, or something, like your reputation. You've got a good reputation. I think it might surprise you. And then we have more clarity coming through in your blind spot here. So again, the same time period as this one here. But this is where you need to get clear about your hopes, fears, dreams, you know, what needs to be healed, what's in your blind spot, what you're hiding from others, you know, what are the secrets that others are hiding from you. We have the song Too Good at Goodbyes by Sam Smith. And it's exactly 4:20. Take that however it resonates. But anyway, so I hope that the reading itself resonates. If it does not, please watch for your sun, moon, or rising. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, anything that you can to help me, because it really does help me, and I thank you very much for watching. Hello, Group 2. So you belong to the Tao Setians, who are resilient, bold, and sassy. And we have rose quartz coming out with your star family. So rose quartz is all about like compassion and forgiveness. We have the song Changes by, I think this is Jeremy. Yeah. Okay, so we're actually going to get some more crystals, but first I want to read from the book what it says about the Tao Setians. It says Tao Setians predominantly reside in the Cetus, in the Cetus constellation, which is the whale, which is relatively near Earth, only 12 light years away, though it is suggested some reside on Epsilon in the Eridanus constellation. They are humanoid with an olive-tanned complexion and black hair. Some say they look Mediterranean, Slavic, and/or South American in appearance. Like Pleiadians, they have slightly pointed ears. Their build is very solid, typically with strong, brawny legs. Their noses are broad, and they mostly have short, Roman crew-style haircuts. Tau Setians prefer to reside in secluded dwellings. They are in alliance with Pleiadians and other off-planet societies who have shared similar historical experiences of being preyed upon during draconian invasions. The Tau Setians' history of being victimized by a predatory species is still raw, and they are still battling wounds. I'm hearing bells. I don't know how that resonates for somebody, but bells. There's something about bells. Their intense grudge in this area is very obvious. Their focus is on raising awareness of covert mind control techniques, and they are concerned about the small grays. They talk in a very guttural tone and are very demonstrative and audacious when talking. Their motherships are huge plasma crafts. Tau Setians are known to be brilliant pilots and galactic navigators. The card meaning is combative, bold, resilient, outspoken, speaking your truth, intense, conviction, blunt, candid, sassy, and assertive. And then in the reverse, it is belligerent, holding a grudge, antagonistic, insensitive, bombastic, blathering, and overly defensive. So I'm going to actually turn my light on because I'm losing light outside, it looks like. So, which kind of sucks because I only have one. I've only got to do Pisces after I'm done with the Aquarius reading, but if I'm losing light, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it because the videos kind of suck when they get dark, but we'll see. Let's see if there are any other crystals that you can work with. So when it talks about how the Tau Setians are kind of salty about being controlled and abused in their past, I feel like that's what the rose quartz is coming out. It's talking about forgiveness, obviously. And so there's something in your past that they want you to forgive. But is that how you're meant to use this energy? I don't know. We're going to find out. The Herkimer's calling my attention. Oneness. So I think, yeah, it's kind of making sense for forgiveness. I don't think those are attached. That was kind of, it just doesn't feel right. Oh, there it is right there. Okay. Now we have kyanite with alignment. coming through with oneness and forgiveness. You might need to come together with some other group, possibly even the small grays, I don't know. We're going to find out. There's quite a few crystals here. Interesting that there's a lot of just pink and blue coming through. Look at that. So now we have Lenormand. We have turquoise. We have kunzite. And we have opal. Like I say, all pink and blue hues. Even the opal, because it does have like a rainbow sort of hue to it. But if you look at opal, you know, it's going to have sort of fiery greens and blues and purplish, like reds. Okay. So there's definite communication. Oh, what's this song? Hold on. It just literally, he just kind of screamed, "It's a fucking miracle." A day to remember. I was getting ready to say there's something about communicating with the other side, the side that you feel so defensive and paranoid against, as it was saying, "It's a fucking miracle." Maybe that's what your purpose is, to bring two sides together. I think you can use any of these crystals to do that if you want. We are going to move on to some tarot cards. I got to be honest, I'm not feeling any specific layout or configuration for these crystals. There have been some reads, like some signs where I have felt very strongly that I needed to bring it up. In this one, I don't. I feel like you could use any one or any combination of these crystals. And I think that they would serve you very well. However, you definitely want to, if you're going to mix anything, you definitely want to mix Lenormand, kunzite, and opal together. Try not to wear opal if you're feeling any kind of lower vibrational or toxic energy. But if you really want to get the best out of the opal energy, you want to mix it with the Lenormand and kunzite. But I don't think that it's like a necessity. Wisdom, because of the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. It's also passion, but that apple is all about wisdom. Like, that's a lot of wisdom. That apple is so freaking heavy and juicy, right, and ripe, that it's like wisdom that's ready to be tapped into. Oh, I almost dropped a bunch of them. Oh, I didn't want all three of those, but I guess we're going to take them anyway. See, we've got the Devil on the bottom of the deck. So it's saying don't give in to the anger with this Devil card, because this is the past energy, or the energy that brought you to the moment where you are now sitting here watching this reading. So we have the Queen of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. So two people are opposed. They're on opposite sides. And I think there have been like a bunch of, like, there's something is between them, probably a bunch of surprises, a bunch of things popping up between them. But this is the Seven of Pentacles is separating them. So take this however it resonates for your situation, but there's stuff that keeps popping up, getting in the way, and it seems kind of chaotic too, because that's what Jack in the Box, like, they do. They pop up out of nowhere, like issues popping up out of nowhere that are keeping two people away from each other. Now we've got the Knight of Cups on this side, and the King of Wands over here. So now we have four people. Very interesting. I don't necessarily think there's really four people. I think these are situations, if I'm being honest. This is a situation where someone is not happy and I'm sorry, I know it's the Knight of Cups, and I know there are going to be tarot readers that watch it and go, wait a minute, the Knight of Cups is about a love offer. Not in this deck. Look at that imagery. This dude's sad. His shoulders are slumped and he's heading off on this path of love towards something that he really wants, because this love that he has in his hand is being spilled as we speak. It is no longer any good, right? There's also maturity attached to it because it goes from the Knight of Cups to the Queen of Cups, right? So that's really good energy. But we do have the song She Hates Me by Puddle of Mud. So that's what's happening on this side. Like, this person feels sad and disappointed about whatever the emotional situation is that they're in or that they were in, and so they had to walk away or are walking away towards, or walking away on this path of love, I should say. But then over here we've got this Queen of Swords with the King of Wands. So very confident, strong energy coming from this side. Very determined, fiery, passionate energy coming from the other side. And I gotta be honest, I think there is more than one person on this side. I'm not exactly, it's like these two, it's like, I don't know how to explain, even though I think this is a situation with the King of Wands. So the King of Wands, like if you're talking about the energy of the King of Wands, this is going to be someone who's very active, very passionate, probably charismatic. They're going to be a leader. They're probably going to be athletic. Maybe even someone who's been in the military or is interested in the military or law enforcement in some way. And the Queen of Swords can represent Aquarius because this is air energy. So take that however it resonates. This might be you. Maybe you've got someone else who's supporting you or helping you or something over here. But there's something getting in between you and someone else. Someone who's probably a little bit emotional, because this is water energy here. Could be Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Doesn't have to be. We have the song Halloweeny. Actually, Halloweeny 2, Pumpkin Spice by Ashniko. So interesting that it's saying pumpkin spice when we're talking about water energy here. So maybe even Scorpio is coming through over here. There's chaos and there's something. It's like chaos is conspiring to hold something, put something on hold, to put a stop to something, to keep two people away from each other, or something. It's like stopping two people from coming together in some way. But I'm not sure. Again. Actually, no, now that I say that, I was saying I wasn't sure how you're supposed to use this energy, but I do know now. You're supposed to, I think, because of this energy here being a little bit salty about their mistreatment, right? The control. It's like you're meant to overcome that energy, forgive that energy, bring the two sides together or something. And again, we're seeing this, whatever this chaos is that's keeping two people apart or two sides apart. Possibly three people apart, really. I think this might be two people here. And this is one person who has recently matured. Interesting. And now we have the song. Hold on. Treat You Better by Shawn Mendes. So let's use our questionable deck to see if there's anything else they want to clarify, or maybe they want to just give you some new bit of information that they haven't covered yet before we move on to the charms to see what you need to be aware of over the next month regarding this. There we go. I don't even really need, oh, there we go, that one. All right, 6 of Discs, which has to do with like being treated with respect and equality, kind of like what the song is talking about, right? I feel like it actually goes like this. So the Page of Ray Guns is like the Page of Swords, the 5 of Discs, and then the Tower. This is literally news, somebody saying something to you that makes you feel like rejected, like literally rejected, like rejected or ejected, right? Because they're being pushed out of the house here. So there's rejection, there's lack. But then this here, ooh, interesting. Oh, interesting. Look at all of this like very supportive, positive energy until we get to the Hierophant. Or excuse me, the Hanged Man. All this supportive energy, like you help me, I'm going to help you. You know, I'm here to support you. Look, here you go. Here's my helping hand. Oh, here's some passion for you as well. 2 aces. Oh, 10 of Cups. Happiness, happy support. Here we go. King of Ray Guns. You want me to help you strategize, plan things out? I got your back. I am intelligent. I will use my brain power to help you in any way that I can, to build this, you know, this security, this legacy, this wealth, whatever it is, you know, so that you can then pass this wisdom on to your family. You know, that's what the legacy is about in the 10 of Pentacles. You can, you know, reminisce with your grandkids about the good times, the happy times, but oh, hold on, pause, wait, hold up, stop. Right, with the Hanged Man. That's where we get some information comes in, boom. Ouch, with the Tower. Chaos. And I think that's what is keeping the 2 sides apart. Somebody said something that made the other side feel rejected, hurt, like really rejected, like rejected, like maybe even rejected or ejected or kicked out in some way, kicked out of a group or kicked out of something. We have the song A Little Bit Off by 5 Finger Death Punch. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the charms because I'm running out of light and I want to at least finish the Aquarius video before it gets dark. So the charms we're going to look at, what do you need to be aware of over the next month regarding this energy? So you've got the Sun rune, the sign of Cancer coming through. Remember, I thought that was the sign of Cancer with the Queen of Cups. So there's a confirmation of that. Also, it's coming out over the 8th house, which is like joint resources. So again, you know, there's something about that coming through. But I think you are attracting everything that you need to you. Like you intuitively know exactly what to say or do to keep yourself grounded and to attract the resources to you that you need without really having to put in a lot of work. It's just the way that it's coming through because you've got the $100 bill and the piece of rose quartz straddling the line between the 9th and 10th houses. with the piece of hematite there. So, and the $100 bill is in the upright. It's also the highest denomination bill that I have in my charm box. So there's abundance coming in from this energy over here, which is like intuitively knowing like what to, how to attract the resources to you that you need without having to put in a whole lot of work. Also, we do have this wisdom, like maybe there's wisdom from your friend circle or your network that is helping with that. Also, you've got the eclipse charm. So we did have a recent eclipse in Taurus on the 8th of November. So it could be that there's like one of your friends has a change of heart, or the eclipse is like changing things, where there's either wisdom coming in, or maybe your wisdom is, it changes something for your friends or your network or your social circle in some way. You have the sun rune coming out over the 6th house. So if you do any kind of work that puts you in service to others, the sun rune is like, it's like the brightest rune. It's all about power, willpower, focus, right? So especially if you're like, if you're trying to heal yourself, or if the service that you provide to others is healing in some way, you're very powerful in what it is that you're doing. And again, like I say, you could have support coming in from Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. But also, like, there could be an ending as well with a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, because that is coming out over the 8th house. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that here. I hope that resonates. If it does not, please watch for your Sun, Moon, or Rising. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends. I don't know, put out an ad in the newspaper. Anything that you can to help me, because it really does help me, and I thank you very much for watching. Hello, group 3. We're going to get some charms at the end of the reading, so I'm going to push that out of the way. And I apologize for the lighting. It's getting dark outside, which means I have my overhead light on, and it sucks, but it is what it is. I got to get these recorded so that I can get them posted. Interesting that you have the reptilians. You're the 3rd group out of all. I've done like 30 something readings in this series so far, because each sign gets 3 groups to choose from. You're number 11. Aquarius is number 11. So I've done at least, but this is going to be the number 33 reading. And out of 33 readings, only 3 groups got the reptilians. And all 3 had a message of needing to overcome the energy that came with it. So we have malachite and rhodonite. So for you, the energy that you're going to need to overcome when it comes to this reptilian energy is the aggressiveness. There's a need for you to foster or nurture your patience, clearing anger and the need to fight out of your energy. I am going to read from the book what it says about the reptilians, but again, like I say, because this is the 3rd time that it's come out, I can tell you already it's harsh energy, obviously. We have the song Guys My Age by Hey Violet. The reptilian beings are a very close genotype to their alpha draconian allies and have close ties with them. They also typically are known to be malevolent, cruel, volatile, and intimidating. They have been associated with many abduction reports. They originate from Alpha Draconis system in Orion constellation. Their convoluted Earth history is similar to Alpha Draconians in that it seems to stem back to ancient civilizations with crossbreeding anomalies with the off-planet and Anunnaki of Sumer and widespread planetary Nephilim beings. A typical reptilian stands 6 to 8 feet tall with thick lizard-like skin ranging in green to brown tones. They have a lizard-like head and eyes and have some shape-shifting abilities. The reptilians work under their Alpha Draconian overlords' rules and are militant and relentless predators. They largely stay in underground subterranean environments and are associated with the MILABs. A U.S. geologist whistleblower exposed the truth of underground reptilian ETs and how they shot his finger off with laser. It says the card meaning is tyrannical, cruel, the fight or flight reptilian brain, interrogation, predator, survival, bully, territorial, pecking order, militant, viewing everything as competition. In the reverse, it's relaxed, accepting, allowing, surrender, fair, and healthy competition. So again, that relaxed, accepting, allowing, this is really the energy that they want you to bring in because they want you to clear the other energies. You have the song How Come You Don't Call Me by Alicia Keys. Let's go ahead and see what other crystals you could use, because not everyone is going to want, they're not going to have or want to use malachite or rhodonite. So let's see what else would be helpful for you. Give it a couple more shuffles. Interesting that green calcite is coming out now on the bottom of the deck, and it's talking about letting go. So we're going to put that with the malachite. Did I already say this song, How Come You Don't Call Me by Alicia Keys? And it's interesting that, like, that's the part of the song that's really catching my song, where she's like, how come you don't call me? Anyway, I can't sing it because I don't have her voice, but like, patience, where they're talking about this rhodonite patience. You need to have patience with something or someone. Interesting, we've got, look at the lodestone says earth embrace, petrified wood says past life embrace, and then Lenormand is service. So Lenormand and rhodonite go together, and this petrified wood and lodestone go together. I think you would need to use them in pairs, however you use them, and there's so many different ways that you can. You can carry them with you. You can use them in a crystal grid anywhere in your home. You can use them in a ritual, like, you know, put it in a sachet with different herbs and things that you carry with you. But I do feel like they need to go in pairs. So it needs to be malachite with rhodonite, malachite with green calcite, rhodonite with Lenormand, and then lodestone with petrified wood. We have the song Blown Away by Carrie Underwood. Let's get some tarot to see how you're meant to use this energy, because so far the only thing that I really see based on the crystals that they have coming through the energy, you are literally meant to embrace the reversed meaning of this card. So everything that I've read as the reverse meaning, that's what they want you, that's what you're meant to use this energy for. The opposite of what the reptilians stand for. Especially because this song Blown Away, right? It's talking about there's not enough winds in Oklahoma to wash the sins out of that house. There's not enough wind in Oklahoma to rip the nails out of the past. Shatter every window, something blown away. Basically, they're talking about like chaos in a family. patience needs to come through, because if you're talking about like the anger and the fight or flight reptilian brain, or the need to fight that comes through with this card here, then the need for patience, like so that you aren't like blown away, so that you're not blowing others away, or you're not like exploding in some way. So anyway, let's see, how are you meant to use this energy? Oh, interesting. The part where they're saying some people called it something, she called it sweet revenge. So it's literally warning you about your anger, so that you don't do something destructive. They're saying that you don't want to do something out of revenge, but you don't want to let your anger get the best of you. That was my bad. I accidentally threw it. I didn't really mean to, so... But I do feel like this one needs to come out. All right, so now we have the Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So the Three of Cups is like celebrating, right? Going out with friends. Okay, so we have the Chariot, the Fool. I actually feel like it goes like this. Justice is going to be the last one. Okay, Two of Cups. So we have Chariot, the Fool, Two of Cups, and Justice. Actually, very positive energy coming through the tarot cards. It's saying that, you know, learning to overcome this inner turmoil so that you can, you know, start over in a balanced, healthy way in relationships. Like that's how you're meant to use this energy. Also, you're meant, doing this stops. There's somebody that it stops. Like you overcoming all of this inner turmoil again, you know, for this new beginning, so that you can be balanced and healthy in relationships. It stops someone else who is toxic in their tracks. And that's something to celebrate with the Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck. We have the song Shadows of the Night by Pat Benatar. And it's 4:54 exactly. So that's something that you might want to Google to see what the meaning of that particular angel number is. So with the Three of Cups, hold on. No, we got the stars with the Seven of Swords. I feel like it's just the Three of Cups on the bottom of the deck, if I'm being honest. But we're going to get some clarifiers with our questionable deck here. Okay, so whoever you're stopping, it's probably the Queen of Wands or a fire sign. Just because of where that card... Oh, look at... Okay, so now we've got the Three of Wands with the Six of Probes. So, and that's coming out over the Two of Cups. This tells me you're waiting. Like you've done this work. You've gotten yourself balanced. Now you're just waiting for your person. You're waiting for your counterpart, I think. Now we have the Emperor and Judgment. You could be dealing with an Aries. It has come through twice with the Fool and the Emperor. And then we do have this fire sign here. It's like this Emperor has an awakening, an epiphany, something. An awakening of the choices that they have, or a choice that needs to be made. To you know, go in and do the shadow work to overcome this pain, to heal. But this is also ascension energy. I think these last two cards really kind of answer the question, like, what are you meant to do with this energy, right? You're definitely meant to release it, overcome it, embrace your patience and all of that. But you're meant to take the lead in it's like raising the vibration of your star family. You're meant to take the lead in some way. You're meant to wake them up, because that's literally, they're blind with the Emperor card, because he's got that helmet covering his eyes, and then she's got 3 eyes here in the Judgment card, and that's what the Judgment is all about. The Archangel Gabriel comes in to call the souls back to heaven. And it's like you're waking someone up and saying, look, you have this choice, right? And it probably has to do with, like, remember where we said here, where did it go? Where you doing all of this healing literally stops someone else in their tracks. It stops them from being able to continue their sneaky, slithering ways, something that they're doing that's underhanded and reptilian in nature. You raising your vibration, overcoming this turmoil, and getting healthy, forces someone else to stop what they're doing. And that's something to celebrate. You're opening their eyes and letting them know that they have a choice about healing and honesty and moving on to something better. Yeah. It could be like, maybe this is more than one person too that maybe you're helping, but you have to take that however it resonates for your situation. But I think right now what we're going to do is move on to the charms to see what you need to be aware of over the next month regarding this energy. And we have the song 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6 on my mind, or 1 2 3 4 5 6 by Upsal. Getting dark in here, I can barely see. I tried to grab a big handful, and because these 3 charms right here are kind of big already, it really limited my ability to do so. But let's look at this, because you've got the Bible, which talks about having faith, and you've also got the rune, the gift rune. Like there's something receiving and giving, balance, reciprocity, gift, which is that 6 of Pentacles that we talked about. But it's like there's a gift or something that makes you happy, that can be very healing, coming in for you. Have faith. It might be coming from a friend. It could be in regards to your career or something that you're doing online, but more than likely it is in regard to like your network, your social network, the people that you interact with in a wider sense. Also, there's the message of your North Node coming through here, That's what this particular symbol is the North Node. It's coming out over the the second and third houses. So you need to really communicate, like communicate your values and your mission, your purpose loudly. Like that's what the lion does. That's what this is the lion. So the lions, they roar, they're loud, particularly the male. You need to like get loud. You need to really like communicate, scream something from the rooftops if you need to. I also think that you're not prepared for something. If there's something that you don't see coming, you need to be prepared for. We have the song Come Around by Papa Roach. Yeah, there's something that you're not prepared for at all. And look at, we've got the number 1 domino coming over the 5th house, which is the house of babies, romance, creativity, joy, hobbies, music, fun. But the number 1 is like a new beginning, a new person, something new coming, a new start, something. You've got the piece of clear quartz coming out at the very edge of the board here over the 10th house. So it's saying you need to be very clear about what your purpose is, what direction you're going. Again, scream it from the rooftops if you have to. Like promote yourself in any way that you can if you have to. Or state your intentions. Also having the moon come out, you know, up here. This is like at least 6 months out. Like you're going to be, there's, it's a very emotional, the moon is very emotional, but the emotions are growing. And I don't know if this is a good or bad thing, because the 8th house can be like joint resources, but it can also be like death. It could be sex. The 9th house is like your higher self, your higher consciousness, your higher education, legal entities, right? Bureaucracies, things like that. Also foreigners, people far away. Maybe your emotions are building in regards to all of these things over the next several months, and that's the reason that you need to get really clear. Or it could be that somebody is coming around because of the song that you have a difference of opinion with, and like it really fires your emotions in some way. Okay, so I hope that resonates. I'm going to go ahead and leave that here. If it does not, please watch for your sun, moon, or rising. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, anything that you can to help me, because it really does help me, and I thank you very much for watching.